Hello everyone, Sam here. Welcome back to the channel, Triple Excellent Tech channel. You're all excellencies. That's how I see you. I'll see you as my excellencies. So, going forward, that's how I'm going to regard you. I'm going to regard you all as my excellencies. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss a beat. And we're continuing with our Excel study. I want to look at working with workbooks today. We are looking at working with workbooks. Now, a workbook is a document you are working with, and it contains many worksheets. So in essence, when you open an Excel document, when you save an Excel document, you are in essence saving a workbook, not that worksheet. When you open or save, you are actually working with the workbook, not particular worksheet. The new command will actually display a new workbook window, allowing you to create a new blank workbook or choose from a template. The number of worksheets is determined by an Excel setting. You can change it by clicking Excel options. Now let's look at this. If I come back to my workbook, you can see right here I have 1, 2, 3 worksheets. I can actually change that if I want to have more or less worksheets. Each time I open a workbook, I can decide to change that setting. I come to my file tab, click on the more button, come all the way down, click on the more button, and I click on options. It opens the Excel options dialog box for me. Then in the general tab, I come to the when creating new workbooks section in the general tab. Now what do I have here? Include these many sheets. Right there I can see 3. If I want it to be like 5, I increase it like so. Click OK. Now any other time I go and open a blank new workbook, you now have that many sheets, as many sheets as I set in that section here. Open a workbook, just simply click open in the office button and double click on the workbook you wish to open. To save your workbook, click save and replace the default name with the name you want to use. You can also use save as to save a document under another name, or you want to specify a new location to save it, or another file format. To close the workbook, I can just come here and click on the close button. That closes the workbook like so. So that is that about working with workbooks. Now let's look at working with worksheets. Working with worksheets. Working with worksheets. We want to see a few things we can do while working with our worksheet. Now by default, worksheets are named sheet N, where N is a number. If you need to insert a new worksheet, go to the Home tab and in the Cells group, choose Insert and Worksheet. So like we're saying, by default, worksheets are named sheet N, where N is a number. For example, now I have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, sheet 5. Now let's assume I've exhausted this worksheet and I want to insert a new worksheet within my workbook. There are several ways we can actually insert new worksheets. Let's look at all the different ways we can do that, so that whichever one is more convenient for you, you can apply. The first way to insert a new worksheet, I come to my home tab, then in the cells group, in the home tab, click on insert. Come to insert, click on the drop down arrow there. From the list of options, select insert sheet. The new worksheet has been inserted. Now I have sheet 6. Another way you can insert a new worksheet by coming just in front of the sheet tab here. See that small plus sign in front of it? See new sheet there. Screen tip shows me new sheet. So clicking on it, you now have a new worksheet. This is sheet 7. Another way we can actually insert a new worksheet by coming within the sheet tabs, by clicking on any of the sheet tab. Then I see on the list of options, I see insert. Click on insert. Now it brings up the insert dialog box. Then I click on worksheet. I can either click on it, click OK, or I just double click it from here all the way. A new worksheet has been inserted. I see sheet 8 now. These are a few ways we can actually insert worksheets within the workbook. Now the default name is not actually practical when you have many sheets in your workbook. So to rename the worksheet, there are several ways you can actually rename the worksheet also. Let's see how we can actually rename the worksheet. The first way, come to the worksheets and the sheet tab, double clicking activates the edit mode. You can now type in the name. I want to rename it to, say, rename it to Sammy, like so. And click, hit enter on the keyboard. That's one way. Another way I can do that is by right clicking on the sheet tab, on the list of options, see rename. Click on rename, and I can now rename it to what I want it to be, like so. Another thing we can also do while working with worksheets, you can move the worksheet by dragging its tab. Like for example, now you can see my workbook looks scattered. I have sheets 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6 is over here. Let's see how we can actually rearrange it. So to rearrange it, you can click this, come to that sheet tab. I want to rearrange, I want to move, click and hold down. Once I click and hold down, you can see this small arrow appearing just on top of it there. That shows me where the sheet will appear when I release the mouse button. So as I move, I see the small black arrow. It's moving also. So I hold it there. It's sheet 2. And I'll bring sheet 3. Move it. Let's move it down here. Sheet 3. Click this. Sheet 4. Like so. Sheet 5. Bring it so. And sheet 6. Okay. Now have sheet 7. Now sheet 7. Like so. Okay. So now we now have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how we can actually move worksheets. There are other ways we can actually move the worksheets. So to move the worksheet, come to sheet tab. I want to move. Let's say I want to move Sammy. Click on it. Right click and I see move or copy. Move or copy. Click on move or copy. Now brings up the list for me. I now click and move it. So assuming I want it to be the first sheet in my workbook. Now move it. So move it there. Click OK. So it now becomes my first sheet. So I want Joey to become the second sheet in the workbook. Same thing, like I said, I right click, go to move or copy. Make sure you're clicking on that sheet you want to move. Click on it. Then I move it like so. Then I click OK. That's another way we can actually get that done. Now another thing we can actually do is to create a copy of the worksheet. Create a copy of the worksheet. So for example, I have some data in that worksheet and I want to tinker about that data. I want to mess around with it, but I still want to have a backup of that, of the data in that worksheet. So to do that, there are several ways we can actually do that also. The first way, just like how we did when we were moving the worksheet, sorry. So I click and hold down. Now this time around, I'll hold down the control key. Okay, pressing the control key. Now you notice within that small page icon, I see a small plus appearing, and I hold down control. So I now move it. Then I release the mouse button first and make sure I'm still holding down the control key. So I release the mouse button first while still holding down the control key. So the control button or the control key with the last thing I've released. That creates a copy of that worksheet. So you can see Joey and then Joey 2. That's one way. Another way we can actually create a copy. Right click there and I see move a copy from the list. Move a copy from the list. Click on that. Sammy I want to create a copy of. So it is there. I click on the worksheet I want to create a copy of. And I click on create a copy. Create a copy. I click OK. So you can see it creates a copy of Sammy worksheet. These are a few things we can actually do while working with our worksheet within our workbook. Another thing we can actually do is to give each worksheet a tab color. And decide to give each worksheet a tab color so that I can easily identify it. A situation whereby I have many worksheets within my workbook. I might want to give it a color so that I know, okay, this color actually contains this data, but I can easily identify. So to do that, right click on the tab in the worksheet and I go to tab color. Say I want to have this color, give it red. Next, come here, tab color, I want it to be this color. Next, so I can just give each and every one of them a different tab color. Right click Then from the list, go to tab color. Then I can give each sheet tab its own color like so. So that's how you can actually get it done. Since I'm giving each one its own color, so that I can easily identify my worksheets for whatever reason. So these are a few things we can do while working with workbooks. Now another thing I can actually decide to do, I can decide to delete a particular worksheet. So assume I don't want to make use of that worksheet again. To delete, right click, then I see delete. Click on delete, that deletes the worksheet. You can also decide to use another method. Click on the worksheet particular now. Make sure it is the worksheet you want deleted. That is selected. And I come to my home tab, sales group, come to delete, click on the drop down arrow there. I click on delete sheet. That deletes the sheet. So there are a few things we can do while working with worksheets with a workbook. So that's where we're going to stop for today. See you in the next class, the next lesson. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and engage me in the comment section. Thank you very much. See you next time.